It feels surreal streaming for the first time in about forever. Texan. Because I haven't live streamed in like 2 months or something. Dude, 4,600. What on earth? Yeah, let me check the last time I actually live streamed. Well, the last time I uploaded was March 6th. Last time I live streamed was March 9th. So it's been about 2 months. Where were you when it was revealed that a second child has hit the Drake lineage? I remember it vividly. I was on my couch. It's a good evening to be back. Took long enough for me to actually live stream again, but we're back. Oh, that's funny. I just went through this box in here, and I just found the SD card that I got to use with this camera in here. That's random. I still do have Discord. It hasn't changed. Kendrick, my goat. Exactly. And totally no bias because Kendrick and Taylor Swift did a song, I have to mention. But no, Kendrick over Drake in this any day of the week. Let's see who's all here. Wiener, Solar, Soltech, Dewat, Sunset, Semi, Eagles here. Oh, I didn't even realize Helix was here. Hi. What are you making? Because I was just messing around with this box I have next to me that I just found. It doesn't close like that. I don't know why I care about how this closes to a box I'm probably never going to touch again, but the steamed hams, that is one of my favorite clips. Aurora Borealis at this time of day, entirely localized within a single room. Something like that. What is this here? I actually have not seen See More Lights yet. If we want to watch it, I can do that. Unfortunately, my life's been, I would say busy, but I just haven't felt like doing much with EAS stuff. I do not have a Discord server. I never plan on having a Discord server again. I could have 100,000 subscribers on this channel or any other channel, and I still will not have a Discord, or well, this channel, and I will never have a Discord server. They never do good. Drake is dealing with the Riddler right now. Can confirm he is. But by the way, congrats, Terrible. You know, maybe I should be doing like classwork for my summer class right now. But it's 12 o'clock and my Adderall would have completely worn off by now if I had taken it. So there's no point. Okay. Oh, whoa, hold up. Vauda just uploaded something like half an hour ago. I didn't even... Okay, we're gonna watch Vauda first because Vauda uploaded Hello June. Is this like a... I'm trying to figure out what this is on my arm. Kay should be on soon, by the way. Soul Tech, is that a Taylor Swift song reference? Fortnite by Taylor Swift featuring Post Malone. Yeah, I still can't believe Taylor Swift wrote a song about the popular Battle Royale game that became mainstream in 2017. It's still pretty crazy to me. Present. Let's see if I still remember to do this. I still have this StreamYarding capabilities in me.
I think I lost my best friend.
Let's see how this is.
His mom called me today. She asked me if I knew where he was. I told her the last time I saw him was last night when we met at the Union Bar. And that's usually where we went on weekends after we were...
It's just kind of sad.
Classes. She told me he wasn't in his bed when she went to check on him. His car was still parked outside. She was crying. I cried with her. I was supposed to go into work at 6, but I've just been laying here. When I woke up, this stupid fucking channel was playing. I saw his report pass by. It was a picture of a party his family threw after he graduated.
You know, okay, I can't lie. It's a bit too late for like the jump scares for me. So if I get scared and I immediately close out, then not my fault.
It hurt.
Evergreen Gallery.
The last words I told him after I dropped him off are that I love him. I'm scared. I'm scared for him. Nobody knows what happened or where this shit even came from. I'm so fucking sorry.
Hello? What caskets? The floorboards? Joke's on you, there's concrete underneath mine. I have no clue. Hello, storm tracking forecasting too. That was obviously awesome from Varda as always. Idiot Tech has reduced the floorboards. This is very true. Okay, now I actually haven't watched it again. I have not watched See More Lights yet. Oh, hold on. We're gonna. And do I want to watch? And we'll at least watch part of See More Lights on here. But I want to watch it since I haven't yet. Also, if my internet is annoying, oh well. Not much I can do about it. Nope, dry line. Oh my god, dry line freaking out. What kind of? This is not a real nitpick. This is just me being me. What kind of goofy lines are these? Because actually, the lines are supposed to be somewhat circular in nature, not squiggly. I don't truly care at the end of the day. Ooh, okay. An intense outbreak of tornadoes. Hell yeah. Ooh, we got satellite as well. Yo, tornado! Oh my god, that's a large tornado.
Now. I don't think they're power flashes. I've been seeing what looks like car headlights going around this thing. They've just been making pass after pass in front of me. Over.
We have a tornado emergency for the Seymour area now. The National Weather Service in Norman handling warnings as it passes out of the San Angelo forecast area. They're saying that this is a life-threatening situation and you could be killed if not underground. Trained weather spotters continuing to report a violent wedge tornado on the ground moving along Route 277.
This screen is pretty
We're
sick.
getting damage reports from Monday and Goree. Monday is extremely lucky. The tornado passed just south of the most populated areas of town, but rural homes and buildings were faced with total destruction. 2 houses with nothing left but foundations and debris swept clean, large chunks of asphalt missing from roads, as well as grass crops and large swaths of dirt ripped from the ground. Goree, it looks like a worst-case scenario was avoided, but the damage reports are still shocking.
It's in Seymour.
Within a few blocks of the southern half of town, we're looking at structures that have little trace of ever-existing and granulated debris. One house is missing chunks out of its bolted concrete foundation. There is an instance of an exposed basement.
Actually,
still
F5.
waiting for damage assessments out of Beau Martin, but I'm assuming it's a similar story. There was a report from a Knox County sheriff deputy about seeing what appeared to be car headlights or something producing light rotating around the funnel, which is one of the most frightening things I've ever heard. There have been confirmed fatalities, though we're still waiting for an exact number.
The interesting thing about
services. I am very
discussing this. If anyone remembers, obviously everyone does remember Rolling Fork. The lights that were flying around the tornado in that case scenario. I'm pretty sure like 100% confident it was a vehicle, but we don't know what vehicle. It's kind of like theorized, and if that's what he based it off of, it totally makes sense. That would actually be really cool.
concerned about this situation because of the lack of basements in this part of Texas. Not only
I wonder
that,
what
but it has
tornado
also
this
engulfed
is.
Highway 277 southwest of Seymour and has been moving along it for a couple miles now. So I really hope as many motorists as possible were able to safely evade this tornado or find shelter.
Oh my goodness, folks. Please send a prayer for everyone affected and in the path. I hate to say it, folks, but this confirms we have a May 27th,
It is
1997
Piedmont?
type of violent tornado on the ground. It's going to be
It
like
didn't look
Daryl,
like
but bigger.
Piedmont.
Yes, the tornado is larger size-wise. I can't stress this enough. To be quite honest, I've never seen
It almost kind
anything
of,
like
the
this.
structure almost
That
kind of
report
reminds
Jeff
me
just
of
brought us about houses swept
Mayfield.
clean. And
Like what looked like the
granulated debris
Mayfield
really goes to show how
photograph type
violent this
supercells.
tornado is. As far as comparisons go,
Or
Gerald
this,
is the
or
closest comparison based on what we've seen so far, but also May 3rd,
I don't know.
1999 in Moore, Oklahoma, which is something you never want to say or see happen again. Seymour,
You never
your
want to say
time is
this.
almost up, and if you
We're
want
going to
to
say this right now.
survive this thing,
This is
you
May
need to be
3rd
underground. This
all
is at
over
least
again.
an F4, at least 200 mile per hour winds in the funnel, but I suspect it is much, much higher than that just based on these velocity returns alone. Dear God, I've never seen a couplet this pronounced, extremely powerful inbound and outbound winds in this rotation here, including some extremely strong inflow winds and forward flank downdraft just ahead of the tornado. We're still seeing a pronounced debris ball here, which is debris being lofted so high our Doppler is picking it up and mistaking it for heavy rain and hail. That is indicative of a vicious tornado doing damage on the ground. Reminder, a tornado emergency is in effect for Baylor and extreme northwest Archer County until 8:15 p.m. In my years of live coverage, I have never felt such fear for the safety of a town and its residents. You could be killed if not underground. And even if you're in a basement, this tornado will pose a threat to your life. So take precautions by grabbing blankets, mattresses, pillows, anything you can to make yourself as shielded as possible from the outside world. A bike or sports
Oh, this
helmet,
goes on
if you
for a
have
bit. Okay.
one, is ideal. Get under heavy furniture. Just take whatever actions you can to save your life. Remember, possessions are replaceable. Your life is not. I know I said earlier that if you don't have access to an underground shelter, you need to leave and head east or southeast, but that time has passed. It is not safe to leave by car anymore. You do not have enough time. If your neighbor has a basement, go there and they will let you in. And if you can't access an underground shelter anywhere, not a neighbor, business, cellar, you will need to hunker down in an interior room and pray. I don't mean to alarm anyone, but I'm trying to convey the severity of the situation in a way our viewers will understand. Though the situation in Baylor County is perilous, we need to briefly zoom out here and bring you news of other tornado warnings in our area. This one is for the counties of Haskell, Northwest Throckmorton, and even southern Baylor counties until 8:30 p.m. tonight. So we could have 2 tornadoes ongoing in Baylor County at once, coming up in about 15 minutes. There was a confirmed tornado on the ground northeast of the Haskell area, but that rotation is not looking as impressive as it was earlier and has been downgraded to a radar-indicated threat. However, you still need to take your tornado precautions now. These 2 storms down here are getting into the Abilene coverage area, but they are worth mentioning. This storm here, just southeast of Avoca, tornado warned Anson, Albany, and
It's
again,
a B word.
southeast
B word,
Haskell
B
and
word, B word.
southwest Throckmorton counties. Seek shelter now. This is another thing making today so dangerous. We've gotten multiple tornadoes in close proximity to each other, and that will continue after dark. This southern storm here, which produced a confirmed tornado over North Abilene that crossed I-20 earlier, remains tornado warned, but we have received indication that it has lifted. Despite that, remain in your tornado safe places because they can redevelop quickly on days like this. New scan on the Doppler. So let's pan up to our main threat here. Repeating, an extremely large tornado. This thing is at least a half, 3/4 of a mile wide, while being exceptionally violent, is on the ground ready to track into Seymour. It is rain-wrapped, so you cannot see it,
Rain-wrapped
making the
nightmare.
situation
Oh my God.
even worse. Take these last available seconds to get underground or to your shelter now because you are staring down the barrel as we speak. You will not see it coming. Repeating, it is rain-wrapped, and if you see this tornado at all, it is too late. Get underground now. It will bear down on Seymour in a minute or two, and you need to be underground in an interior room to survive. I'm a 9-year veteran at this station, and this is the most dire situation I've ever witnessed. If you're in Seymour or anywhere in the path of these tornadoes, just know both I and the thousands of viewers watching in their homes are praying for you and wishing you the best. We'll keep you advised through this unprecedented night.
Unprecedented.
And we'll get you through this the best we can here at News 6. This is truly the worst case scenario.
Okay. That was.
Oh man, Seymour, this is right on top of you now. I really am praying with you here, praying it somehow missed town, but it didn't. We're looking live at an extremely violent tornado directly impacting a sizable community. I've never seen anything like this. Huge debris ball on radar. This thing is likely throwing houses, cars, everything tens of thousands of feet into the air. These poor people. It's right. You know, the whole town is in there. There's lives changing. There's people being injured or worse. I really hope everyone.
Where's Joey? He's at the store.
Everyone in Seymour and the surrounding
Go
areas
pick him
is
up.
able
We
to
need
get
to
to a
leave now.
substantial
No, it's
tornado
coming right
shelter,
up the
hopefully
highway. You'll drive
underground. The
into it.
Seymour Hospital. They're taking a direct hit. We were told they were in emergency lockdown and all the patients were in tornado shelter.
This is
But man,
really
that's
fucking
tragic.
good. My
This is
goodness. I
absolutely
don't know what else to
awful
say. This is
situation.
really good.
The worst case
The
you could
number you dialed
possibly
is not
imagine
in
on a
service.
day like today. The school too, I can't imagine.
The phone has
This
been on the
tornado
fritz
will
lately.
continue
I'm
on
sure
its
he's
current
fine.
heading northeast
We need to leave
along
as soon as
Highway
we safely
183
can.
until it goes into
What are you
Mabel,
gonna do if
where
something did
183
happen?
turns back into
I don't know. Just
277.
pray to God
Thankfully,
everything's
the
fine.
area to the northeast of Seymour isn't densely populated. It's a lot of ranch land, but there are still residents.
I would be out this window shooting so much lightning right now. I'm just saying.
Comms are dead in some sectors.
Majority of the police fleet is inoperable at this time. We've injured officers and most police vehicles are destroyed. Currently unable to mount an effective search and recovery op. Over.
Similar story at the sheriff's department. No vehicles left in good condition. Over.
Roger, I'll contact every nearby dispatch to see what we can do. We need every second here. We'll pull back anyone tied up in Rochester. We need to help our own community at this time. I'll send a message to any operating unit for a radio check. We need to see what resources we're working with here. Over.
Attention all sectors. We have a fire at the Seymour Hospital. Suspected gas leak. They are without power and unable to provide care beyond basic first aid at this time.
Oh.
Extremely limited capacity. The compound is flattened and we have trapped patients. There is at least one casualty in the hospital and several others in critical condition. This emergency has priority across all sectors. I repeat, this emergency has priority across all sectors. Over.
Roger that. I was able to contact Knox City EMS. They will provide all reserve resources that are not applied in Rochester. I'll look to organize airlifts to nearby trauma centers and hospitals so we can get admitted patients and new injuries proper treatment. We're going to need field hospitals and a mobile morgue to treat all these people. Over.
Fire department is unable to send any engines at this time. We have one operable engine, and we'll have to clear debris to get it moving. Over.
This is 1 Alpha 4. We're at Street. 2 fatalities. Unable to ID the victims. House was stripped to the slab. No basement. We were able to pull a male victim out from under a tree and debris from across the street. Unconscious, but alive and in critical condition with life-threatening injuries. Requesting immediate EMS. Over.
This is kind of terrifying.
Christ. All emergency services under our jurisdiction. You are tasked to carry about search and recovery by any means necessary. Send units on foot if you have to. We are here to serve and protect, and we do not have time to sit here and wait for proper support. We likely have a mass casualty situation on our hands, and every second we don't act, it'll get worse. Do what you can. Over and out.
Oh my god, finally. Yeah, yes.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Texas Division of Emergency Management. Damage from a tornado earlier has left several communities in the counties of Knox and Baylor devastated, including the cities of Green, Palmerton, and Seymour, with areas being unrecognizably destroyed. Avoid travel in these areas, as damage to infrastructure and debris blocking roadways has rendered most routes impassable. In addition, hazards such as the power lines and leaking gas will create a dangerous threat to life and safety. Roads should be kept clear for emergency services. If you are outside these communities and have a loved one or someone affected by the tornado, do not.
No, I don't want to do that. I think I'm gonna watch the rest of this later off stream. Whenever I have time, but it's really, really good. I will say that. I actually been able to sit down and like talk with anybody in here in like 2 months if anyone's actually still here. Because no one said anything in the past 10 minutes. Hello, Gabe. What do we normally do on these streams? Why? Like, it's been so long since I've streamed. I've just kind of forgotten, like, what we do. The Cat 627. That is a name I've not seen in a while. How are you doing? I'll have to plan out a ATS stream at some point when the next DLC comes out. I was gonna play a new game tonight, but I haven't gotten it yet. For for Christmas, I got this $30 Steam gift card, and I put it onto my Steam account, which means I can technically buy the game I want as long as I know it's the right one, and then get the DLC and not have to pay for anything, like at all, which will be really nice. But what do I usually do on these streams? I've so forgotten what I do anymore. This channel's fallen off a cliff once again. Dude, I am so mad about the Northern Lights. It was perfect Friday night. I was in the perfect place and everything. And then I just spent the entire night clouded up. And by the time we broke, I couldn't see it still, which was so confusing because I was at a perfect place to see them. People, they were seen down into Georgia, and I never saw them. I guess it's because I don't have a good long exposure camera or something, but I just didn't see them, and it pisses me off. But I have no clue when the next time a solar storm like that's going to happen. But if it's 30 years, it's 30 years I'm going to be pissed off about this. I will say, though, where is my eclipse journey? I can share my photos from that. Well, see, I saw the eclipse also, but I was in such a great place about the Northern Lights. I should have seen them. I did not forget about the Quad 8 tornado. making that abundantly clear. It's a project that is going to be the next main one I work on. I have 2 other ones that I'm working on this week. One of them is something that I've had to finish for a while now that I haven't. The other one is something that I'm going to finish this week because it involves the other channel. But the one chance I had to see him, I was dashing food from Red Robin. I'll book a vacation to Alaska. Hey, Canada also works. Like, go up to, like, Quebec or something. Get rural enough in Canada, you'll be fine. But I'll wait for the day that they get down there. But, let's look through. So for anyone that doesn't know, I ended up going out to Western Ohio to Wapakoneta for the eclipse. And despite the fact that I sat in a vehicle for 20 hours, which was more time, which was the majority of that trip, by the way, it was worth every single 4 minutes of that goddamn totality. Northern Lights and lake hockey in Canada, my dream vacation. Lake hockey sounds like fun. I will never do it, though. But this trip took me on the Pennsylvania Turnpike for the first time in my life. This was us crossing, I think this might have been the Susquehanna. Oh, I forgot. I took pictures of that. So here's where we ended up. I was at 524. So we were passing Carl then. No specific reason why I took this picture, but hello, Thriver. In case you ever want a finger reveal, this is your stream for it. This was the first tunnel we crossed through. There's a video here. This was a very cool tunnel. I'm not playing the music, but this was a very cool tunnel. So along the Pennsylvania Turnpike, they built the road through a couple mountains, and a couple of the mountains there, they have tunnels, obviously, because they're building through a mountain, so they've made tunnels. The tunnels are so cool. Like, for me, visiting here for the first time, the coolest part of this. An overexposed picture. Very much underexposed picture. Here's another tunnel. Here is another finger reveal, by the way. I could probably edit a couple of these photos together and make some good ones. Here's the third tunnel we passed through, or might have been fourth. I gotta admit, this area was really cool visiting for the first time. Here it's approaching sunset, so we're more into like central and western Pennsylvania. I like to call this Cracker Barrel propaganda, and I will call it Cracker Barrel propaganda until the day I go to one, because they see advertising for them everywhere. And I said, oh, I'll go to one, and I haven't been to one yet. But Western PA, some of these spots during like the evening are beautiful. Like, I really like this picture. Can I get the rolling hills of the region? And then this is when we were like in Pittsburgh, staying for the night. I don't know what clouds I was looking at, but. And then the next morning we got the sunrise. leaving Pittsburgh. This was very cool. That might be some like I would almost say Mamatis, but that's not Mamatis. It might have been Mamatis. I don't know. We kind of discussed about if it was or not. Very pretty morning drive from Pittsburgh to where did we stop afterwards? Mansfield, Ohio. So we ended up going to Mansfield, Ohio. I don't know how long it is until I run into pictures of my friends and I, but when was this picture taken? I see here was after we had left Mansfield, and then that's when we decided we were gonna go to Wapakoneta. I was actually the first person that suggested Wapakoneta. I was like, you know what, we should go to Wapakoneta. Nearby tornado damage, number one. But two, I also think it's in a really good spot. And lo and behold, I was very correct, I would like to mention. Okay, when do we get to the actual eclipse pictures there? Okay. Is there any faces that can't be seen in this one? Hold on, I have to look through things because on the way back, I ran into tornado damage. A lot of it. But we can get to that in a moment. So here's bunch of eclipse pictures. Shockingly, none of them came out good until we like really creeped into totality. As you can see here, this is when we were like near totality, essentially. And this, we were in totality, like here. And oh my goodness, totality is the most surreal experience of your entire life. Like, being in totality of a total solar eclipse is actually insane. Like, I cannot express to you how much that is a literal life-altering experience. Like, the coolest thing I've seen in my life. Like, honestly, fuck seeing tornadoes. You can see 20 tornadoes. And I mean, maybe my first tornado will mean more to me than anything else. But this total solar eclipse is going to be super hard to beat. And this is like the picture of mine from this total solar eclipse. And then this is when we got out of totality. By the way, funny enough, we ended up stopping. We were at an area with a Taco Bell. Yeah, in case anyone didn't know at this point, I'll tell about it. Kay and I actually met up, and we watched the eclipse together, which to add on to the total solar eclipse was awesome. Please help me, my MetaMask wallet was stolen. You're gonna have to chat just filters with bot replies all of a sudden. But my goodness. Top 5 most easily will be the top 5 most surreal experience of my entire life was that total solar eclipse. Watching the day slowly fade into nighttime, and then just that 5 minutes before it just gets super dark, super fast. It's like you're at sunset, essentially. It's like the sun is setting, but it's all around you. And with those high level clouds, like we thought we were gonna get screwed to them, but I think it actually helped us because we would have not seen this. I would argue. We went to the perfect spot, the perfect place. We actually went to, let's see, Wapakoneta has like this huge Louis Armstrong museum in it because that's where he is from. No, it might be Neil. It's Neil Armstrong because he's from Wapakoneta. And we went there. And I didn't even know that museum was there, but it made the experience so much more fun. Hello, Ivy. But like, this is my eclipse photo. And here we were out of totality. Okay, this is the interesting part. So the way we came back is we went down US 33, and we ended up actually running to tornado damage from the EF3 on March 14th near Lakeview and Russell's Point. So I'll show a bit of that. I can't turn the audio on because it will get copyright claimed. Not like I'm making money from this stream anyways. But this was by far the worst tornado damage I've ever seen in my life. And my theory is not this building right here, but the building next to it was the one of the EFD, like the main EF3DI. Hold on, Andrew went back to it. That's smart. So this part of the building right here. Because I think this is the library here that got EF2. I still have to edit the what's it called? The damage footage together because I want to put it up on my other channel desperately. You know, I have this screenshot of a picture as well. So this was one of the mobile home parks that was decimated by the tornado. I don't remember to get a better view of this. I'm very hesitant to show people's faces on this. But there's a bit of a closer up here of some of the damage. it was kind of like to add really on to like the more surreal experience the eclipse was. Seeing this intense tornado damage for the first time in my life was like kind of like a shock. Because I'm from New Jersey. Tornadoes very rarely happen around here, and if they're even ever that strong, they're even if they happen, they're not very strong. And considering the lack of traveling I don't cross many tornado damage paths. Literally before this, the strongest damage I've seen was probably EF1. And then you just I just casually drive by like an EF3 155 DI and go, oh wow. So kind of like it doesn't hit you. Like seeing this kind of damage for the first time in your life is like wow. It's like almost shocking. If you get what I mean. Well, I also went to West Virginia for the first time. As in, we crossed through the state for like 10 to 15 minutes total. But I was in West Virginia and we sang country roads. That was great. So what should we do? Because it feels like no one is paying. If there's no one here, and I really don't feel like continue streaming if no one's just gonna be here. It feels like I'm talking to nobody. I have to blow my nose. I don't know. I was hoping I would go live and people be interested, and just no one shows up. Hello, ad life. Ooh, I will share flower pictures because I want to. Aren't these flowers so pretty? Like, I'm not like a flower enthusiast or whatever, but I enjoyed one of the big things that has come up over the past few months is honestly since the eclipse. I really love taking pictures at a higher level now, and so I just kind of decided, you know what? I'm gonna start taking pictures more. So I have so many pictures on here of like literally just flowers, and I think they're cool. What's the T? I just wanted to say Kendrick over Lamar, just because of all the stuff that's been going on. I was hoping the title would rack in some more viewers. Anything else notable that's happened since that March 9th stream that I've been on to talk about? God, but like that solar eclipse experience, unmatched. Actually unmatched. Oh, we did have the earthquake. That is a good point. I don't know. There's not a lot of people. I think I'm just gonna end this because I was gonna kind of hop on here for a while and talk to people, but there's really nobody here to do so. I'm just gonna head off. Good night.